Hello good yo-yo people, I'm Nate and this is Let's Talk Yo-Yo. Today I have yet another review for you from Static YoYos. This is actually an older yo-yo of theirs before they started working on the parlay and all of that. And this is the Signal, the SGNL. That's, yeah, the Signal. So currently Static is working on, they've actually kind of did a soft run of it, I guess you would call it that, of the Pseudo, which is based off their design of the parlay. I really like the parlay a lot, definitely had that mid-school feel to it. I did a review on that forever ago, so if you want to check that out, definitely check that out. I hope to get my hands on a Pseudo at some point to have a review for that as well. But this is what they sent me. I actually reached out to them and I was like, hey, I would love to check out the Pseudo. And they're like, well, would you like to check out the Signal first? And I was like, let's do that. So I never actually had a chance to play this yo-yo before I, got it from them. This was before they connected with One Drop, like I said, and this one's machined in China, so it's a different approach maybe a little bit. It definitely has a different feel than the parlay, and it kind of looks like it wouldn't even, if you're only familiar with the parlay and associating that with Static, you might not even realize this is their yo-yo, but it is branded, so that's gonna be easy. Actually, let's look at that real quick. I really actually kind of like those engravings. It has their design on it, so it has it engraved along the center there on both sides. Really nice. Yeah, I actually really like this green color too. It's I don't know if you would consider this a forest green, an emerald green, I don't know. I don't know my green palette apparently, but the blast on this kind of makes it kind of shimmer, especially in the light here. It definitely makes it feel like it's got like crystals on it or something. I don't know. But let's take a look at the profile in there. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the profiles on a lot of like Unparalleled stuff, where it has like all these like just crazy steps, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all these different cuts in the center. Kind of, you can feel that too. It kind of has a nice little texture feel to it, and then it's flat on the actual rim, so on a catch it's not gonna feel like painful like some V shapes might. So yeah, it's really unique, kind of cool. They're flipping to the bowls there, or the cups there. It almost looks like you could almost put like a rubber O-ring in there. I don't know if I have any. I don't think I have any that would fit this one, but it'd be interesting if you could get one that would tuck in there. It kind of has this, I don't know if you can see it on camera here or not, but you can see kind of up under there, it has like a trench in there. I feel like you could almost pop like a rubber O-ring in there, adding more weight to the rims there. I'd be curious what the diameter on that would be, but maybe you could pick up one at a hardware store or something like that. Yeah, really, it looks like it's gonna be really comfortable in the hand. Nice gap on there. It's kind of concaved in just a little bit, so it kind of comes out. I mean, yeah, it's a V shape, but it's also an H shape. I don't know, it's kind of a hybrid between the two. I don't think it really fits one particular category more than another. Again, that blast is really nice and smooth. It's gonna be really decent for finger grinds and things like that. Really quite a bit of rim weight as well, so it's gonna be fairly stable. But it's not a crazy wide yo-yo either, so it's gonna be a comfortable yo-yo in the hand. Kind of a little bit, certainly more competition driven than the parlay was. Very different than the parlay, that's for sure. And so as I've been playing it the last week or so, 2 weeks, I've had it for about 2 weeks maybe, and I can definitely tell that it's just a different direction than the parlay. I love the parlay for many reasons, but this one's definitely more of a competition focused yo-yo. So let's go and actually play it, see how it plays on the string, and we'll talk about it then. All right, the Signal, I guess that's what we call it. I haven't actually heard anybody say it outright, but it's, it's like the word signal without all the vowels. So unless I'm missing something, it's the Signal, SGNL. Definitely more competition driven than the parlay. It you don't feel like you're having to kind of recorrect some of its stability because it's already kind of correcting itself, like most competition modern driven yo-yos. I actually like the parlay for that reason, because you have to be very deliberate about how you hold the yo-yo on the string. There we go. Let's go ahead and do some of those standard tricks, see how they perform for that. There we go. Bearing wraps are really good. The gap's really definitely more of a competition-driven gap than the parlay was. I'm kind of keep comparing that to the parlay, but man, it's such a different yo-yo. It's almost like it's from a different company. Which, you know, it's not like companies are kind of having to fit within a certain box. I think it's fine that a company like Static puts out a yo-yo like this and then does something completely different like the parlay, and like the pseudo it looks like too. I think that's totally fine. I think that's a good thing, that you can kind of have a variety of throws and a variety of styles, that it's not everything sort of this sort of the same sort of formula in all their yo-yos. So, but this one definitely breaks the mold as far as what maybe you would expect if you've only played the parlay like I did myself. So thumb grinds are good. Can feel that that lip there really nicely. Grinds are really good too. That finish is really nice, and the stability of the yo-yo is really solid with a lot of rim weight. You know, it has a nice kind of zippy feel to it. It's not super light, but you can certainly push this yo-yo if you are pushing more of like a speed combo or something like that. Horizontal wise, it's definitely going to keep its playing a lot better than something like a parlay would. It doesn't have high walls by any means. It opens up enough on the gap that you really don't have a lot of string tension and friction. I mean, not tension, friction. Yeah, nice. On a regen, it's pretty good. Well, that was me. But yeah, not too bad. You know, nothing crazy. A little bit wider of a yo-yo, maybe you kind of would have a little bit more control over it. But yeah, overall really nice, comfortable in the hand as well. You know, with that kind of flattening out there, it kind of hits the hand nice and flat. I don't really feel like I'm kind of like cringing at any catches. You know, if I'm like throwing a harder sleeper and a harder bind, maybe it's really not that bad at all. Let's do some rejections to see how it fits for that gap there. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and throw a trick and see how it performs with that. The signal, I like it. You know, it's very different than the parlay. I really like the parlay because it was so different, and it had that nostalgic sort of feel to it. This one certainly has just more of a, definitely more competition driven. It's gonna be able to push those tricks a little bit better. Some of you, I think, will really enjoy this yo-yo for those sort of competition, more focused tricks. It's not going to be as challenging maybe to keep the tilt and plane as like the parlay, and that's fine. That's a good thing. It's certainly more rim weighted, has longer spin times, has a more flared out gap. And so again, I maybe shouldn't be comparing it all to the parlay, but again, that's what I know the most. I like it. I'm excited to play the pseudo at some point to see how it compares, maybe even. I'd be curious to see what design features, if anything, kind of inspired from this to any of the other designs like the parlay and the pseudo. I'm not seeing anything directly connecting. It is such a different yo-yo, and that's fine. I think that's a good thing. I think Static did a good job, and I'm excited to see more of these kind of out on the market. I don't know if there's going to be another run of these at some point. It's a more budget-friendly yo-yo as well. Yeah, it's a nice kind of all-around good yo-yo. Nothing crazy pushing like the envelope on anything in particular. It's just a nice kind of fun yo-yo that really is going to be able to be good for pretty much any trick you can throw at it. All right, so that is my review of the Signal by Static Unresponsive. And as usual, good day and good yo-yo.